Hello my sweet peaches and welcome to another new YouTube video. Today we're going to be decorating some villager house exteriors on my Gnomecore island, Maple Glen. I've had this island for over a month now, and yeah, I'm only just now getting around to filming a YouTube video for it. So anyways, we're decorating the exteriors for Kiki and Rudy's houses. As you can see, their houses are pretty much identical, and as soon as I realized they looked so similar, I just had to put them next to each other, and I've decided that they are a little couple. So I thought it would be cute to have them next to each other. And so what I'm doing here is I'm building this little picnic area in Kiki's front yard since she is a normal type villager. I don't know why I really struggled with this blanket placement. I was just really picky when I was doing this, that I couldn't seem to be happy with where I was putting the blanket fringe. I just kept having to move it over, and then that meant that I had to keep moving trees over and moving terraforming over, and it was a whole big ol' mess. But I ended up getting there in the end, so it was all worth it. But yeah, so I made Kiki a little picnic spot. I thought that she and Rudy could go here and, you know, have some romantic little picnics together. And I don't know, I actually wasn't planning on having them. I was kind of contemplating Kiki, but I wasn't totally set on her. I was actually originally thinking of having Winnie and Buck, and they were gonna be a little couple. So I was actually villager hunting for Buck when I found Rudy, and I decided to take him after I looked him up and realized, oh my gosh, his house looks just like Kiki's. They would be so cute together, and Kiki would be perfect for this very autumnal Halloween-y island. So I decided to get them, and I've just fully immersed myself in this ship that I have created. I love them. I think they're so cute, and I have all this backstory. Like, I thought that, you know, since Kiki loves to cook, she could make him little like protein-packed lunches that he can take to the gym with him and eat after a workout. And when he's running on the treadmill or lifting weights, he can listen to audiobooks of whatever book Kiki happens to be talking about at that particular moment in time, so that they could talk about books together. And I don't know, my heart is just so invested in them now. I'm obsessed, which, by the way, I actually filmed this over a couple of days, and so the villagers kind of changed, but you're gonna see both Rudy and Kiki at different points in this video, just walking around their yards and checking out what's going on. But anyways, I decided to do this, as I said, this little picnic area for Kiki's yard so they can eat together and have little romantic dates. It's just a pretty generic, you know, autumnally looking yard. I've been putting a lot of pumpkin and Halloween items out. Rudy seems to really like it. He kept getting in my way, bless his heart. I just couldn't move him over. I just felt too bad to push him until eventually I gave it and had to kind of scooch him over a bit. But yeah, I pretty much just, you know, put out little tea cozies and pies and stuff. One cute little touch I did was I put a witch hat out to kind of be a little nod to Kiki's delivery service, since I believe Kiki is supposed to be a reference to that movie anyways, but even if she's not, she makes me think of it. Oh god, it took me so long to place this clothesline. It's like painful for me looking at this. I think I actually cut like several minutes of footage out of me moving this around. I don't know why I struggled so much. Her yard was very big and it needed a little something more. I didn't want to make the picnic too huge. So I was like, okay, let me give her a little laundry area, because she mentioned to me something about the weather being perfect for air drying your laundry, and oh my god, I just could not layer this up together. It just wouldn't cooperate. I couldn't do it, but eventually I did prevail. I did get it placed, but gosh, it took a while. So actually, I think I actually didn't cut the footage out because this is quite a lot, but I think it's kind of nice to show some of this footage just so you know it's not super easy decorating. It's okay to struggle a bit. I have my struggles. I always have like at least one item that I just can't place. Also, I'm so sad. I just put that spooky chair down. For some reason, I thought that you could put furniture on top of those little pumpkin seats, and I was gonna put a little pair of socks on them, and I was very heartbroken that you can't put items on top of them, so I think I ended up switching it to a wooden stool. But I wish that there was like a small little pumpkin table that you could put things on, because I just want to have a little baby pumpkin and put things on it. I just want to just let me do this, Nintendo. But speaking of items and Nintendo, that direct, hello. I haven't really talked about it yet on YouTube. I did talk about it on my Twitch stream, and I am planning on hopefully getting part of that VOD uploaded here so that people who missed it can kind of see what my thoughts were. But oh my god, I'm so excited. Like, I've been wanting to do a lot of things on my islands, and like I've had ideas of stuff to film and things to build, but that direct just everything has changed. There's just so many new items. I just have to totally rethink everything. I'm gonna totally redo like pretty much my whole fairy core island that I thought was almost done, and there's gonna be quite a lot changed to this island. Some areas I'm going to keep mostly the same. I'm hoping that I'll definitely, at least for this area, I hate that pie has the pie symbol on it. So I'm gonna be really excited to put hopefully some sort of pie or pastry item that doesn't have that on top of it, because it's not cute. I hate the blue plate. I hate the pie symbol. It's so corny. But gosh, yeah, I'm so excited. I want to hear, what was everybody's favorite part of the direct? What are you most excited for? I personally am just most excited for just all of the furniture items, and definitely the Happy Home Paradise. I loved Happy Home Designer, and I've actually said before in the past that I really wish that they would put Happy Home Designer or something similar onto the Switch, and I always said that like kind of like, oh, it's just a wish, like that's such a long shot, they would never put it on the Switch, like it wasn't that popular, it's too old of a game. And then they did it. They just blindsided me. That was not even on my list of things I was expecting from this direct at all. I really did not think we were going to get a paid DLC for basically a totally brand new game. I'm so excited, and I'm definitely going to be doing a Let's Play series for the Happy Home Paradise game. I'm probably gonna call it Happy Home Designer accidentally like 1,000 times, so just get used to it now. I mean, I will definitely do some houses, off YouTube and off stream, but there'll be a lot that I'm definitely gonna decorate for you all. And that's another reason I'm really excited for it. I feel like sometimes there's a lot of pressure of like, oh my gosh, I need to do this or that like on YouTube. I can't just play on my own. And there's sometimes where I won't play Animal Crossing for days because I need to film stuff and I don't have time to film, because I just don't have the time or energy to be in front of my computer. So I'm really excited because with this new game, it's basically like endless stuff. Like, if we can potentially design houses for every single character, like that's so many. It was always my goal to decorate every single villager's house in the original Happy Home Designer. I did not come even close, but hopefully I will do that for this game. So there's gonna be lots of times where, I can just decorate on my own and not have to worry about, am I filming this? But I also will have the option of filming it, so if I'm feeling burnt out of decorating islands or anything, or terraforming, I can just do that and play over on that game. So I'm really, really excited for it. And oh gosh, I also just can't wait to see how my Instagram changes. I feel like lately, people, I don't know, I love Animal Crossing Instagram, but lately I've been bored with posts. I feel like everything just feels repetitive. So I'm really excited to see people's builds that they do for Happy Home. Oh gosh, my brain wants to say designer so bad. Happy Home Paradise. And also, oh my god, the angled shots with the camera, that is like so cool. I can't wait to take so many like weird stalkerish pictures of my villagers up close. Anyways, I have so much to say about this direct, but quickly back to this actual build at hand. As you can see, I've moved on to Rudy's yard. I didn't even talk about Kiki's yard other than the picnic blanket. I'm terrible, but basically she just had the picnic, and then I did a little mini garden for growing her witchy stuff, but I'll probably change it up once we get new crops. And my brain is wanting to go back into talking about the direct. Focus, Sophie, please. But yeah, so for Rudy's yard, I wanted to have a little kind of farming area, and I thought it'd be cute to give him a little mushroom patch, because mushrooms are like really healthy for you and all that, and since he's a healthy jock type, I thought it would be cute if he grew mushrooms that he could, I don't know, put into a smoothie. I feel like that sounds so cursed, but he would probably do it because they have so many health benefits. He would just do it. He would just chug a mushroom smoothie because they're just so good for you. But anyways, yeah, I had a lot of fun decorating this little spot. I originally had just like regular dirt path down, but I ended up putting down this custom dirt since I'm not actually planting the mushrooms or anything. And it looks really pretty. I love how this looks placed diagonally. It's more natural than I originally did the dirt, and the edges just did not look good since they have to be such straight edges. But yeah, this was such a fun little garden to build. I did struggle quite a bit because I don't like having items always in perfectly straight lines. So as you can see, excuse me, some of the items are, you know, offset, like that one mushroom stool off to the left is off-centered. It was really hard for me to like balance those items with like the placed items, like the little dropped mushrooms, which have to be perfectly centered. But I kind of tried to just, you know, organize it in a way that would look really good and even, and not too overly cluttered. I have an issue with making my builds too cluttered. I like to think this build is not too horribly cluttered, but looking at this, it kind of is really, really cluttered. But for me, this is reining it in. For me, this is not too cluttered. Like, I could have put in so many more items than I did. Yeah, I'm just a clutter core queen. I don't know what else to say. I just love filling. If there's an empty spot, I'm doing something wrong. You know, there must be a code or an item or a plant literally everywhere on every single spot. But yeah, and then I moved on to do this little beach area next to, I almost said Rodney. Who the hell is Rodney? I don't even know. Isn't he a mouse? Rudy's house. And please ignore the volleyball. I was originally going to do a little volleyball court, but I was like, oh, there's no volleyball net item, and I don't have the right kind of fence. But we are getting a volleyball net soon, so I might end up changing this to a volleyball court eventually instead of a soccer pitch. But yeah, this is pretty much the end of this build. I just did this little cozy cute yard for them to hang out. I put out these little items too, like his soccer shoes and his socks, and that's basically it. And here we are, the final finished shots. I'm so happy with how this turned out. I think it's just so stinking cute. And both of the villagers seem to really enjoy their yards, which made me very happy seeing them running around. If you like this, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.